Live from Lincoln, this is 1011 This Morning.
Welcome back to 1011 This Morning and Merry Christmas Eve. Thanks for starting your day with us. I'm Craig Allison. Here's what we have coming up. The 9-year-old girl who has been missing for months out of California has been found dead, and her mom, who police say brought her as far east as Nebraska, is in custody. Plus, lawmakers from across the country join their voices to support former state senator Ben Sasse after announcing he has a terminal cancer diagnosis. And one Lincoln nonprofit making sure foster kids in our city get to celebrate their birthday with some special sweets. That's all coming up on 1011 This Morning. But first, here's Carmelo Latuca with a check of the forecast. Carmelo, starting off with some fog this morning.
Unfortunately, Craig, we are seeing some dense fog out there, and for that reason, we have a dense fog advisory for parts of central and eastern Nebraska, where visibility could drop down to a quarter of a mile or even less. That includes us here in Lincoln, and again, continues until noon today. Visibility at this hour is bad in some locations. Let's take a look. We're down to a quarter of a mile in York, Hastings, and Grand Island, half a mile in Hebron, 1 mile in Beatrice. Beatrice continues to go down over the last half hour or so. We're now down to 9 miles in Lincoln. 10 miles is what we would consider full visibility, so not terrible in the capital city, but things certainly are trending towards lower visibility throughout the morning hours. Now, temperature-wise, we are in the 30s and 40s at this hour. 40s in Lincoln right now, 44 degrees, 46 in Beatrice, 29 in Lexington and North Platte. Those are some of our cooler locations, but the wind speed and direction just not very strong, and that is typically what you would expect to see with foggy conditions. Very light winds, even calm in some instances. But right now, winds out of the south at 3 miles per hour in Lincoln, calm in Beatrice and Hebron, as well as Lexington, McCook, and out towards Holdridge. Where do we do see some wind? There are some locations dropping to feel like temperatures into the 20s. Not terrible out there at this point, but forecast highs today will climb into the 50s, 60s, and 70s. We'll be in the low 50s in Lincoln, but right around 71 degrees in Thedford, 70 in North Platte. Very mild for this time of year. And we are expecting temperatures out there on Christmas Day to be a little bit cooler in eastern Nebraska. The foggy conditions will keep us generally in the upper 40s to low 50s, but more 60s are possible to the west. Mostly cloudy skies at this point. We could see some clearing out there today, but we are expecting fog and cloudy conditions to return on Christmas Day. I'll have more details coming up in just a few minutes, Craig.
Thanks, Carmelo. We have an update to a case we've been following for months now that's since caught the attention of people around the country. Melody Buzzard, the missing 9-year-old girl from California who police say traveled as far as Nebraska, has been found dead. This after more than 2 months after initially being reported missing. Her mother, 40-year-old Ashley Buzzard, has now been taken into custody in connection to her death and is being held without bond. Officials say she had previously been uncooperative with the investigation. On October 9th, there was a verified sighting of Melody and her mother as they began a road trip to Nebraska. Authorities say her mother returned without her, and Melody was reported missing days later by her school. This morning, we're hearing from Melody's grandmother for the first time since yesterday's announcement.
It's really sad for us, especially that tomorrow is Christmas Eve, and, you know, I have the rest of the grandkids coming home. I got a phone call from Officer Oliver to let me know that the baby was gone, that she's over there with her dad now. And it was a shocker to me. He said, I call you for respect because you're the grandma, and to let you know that the baby's no longer here.
The young girl's remains were found by authorities in a rural area of southeastern Utah. Police believe her mother shot her and left her body in Caneville, Utah, and will continually follow the latest for court proceedings for mother Ashley Buzzard. And a heartbreaking announcement from former state senator Ben Sasse yesterday on Facebook. He says he's been diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer. Sasse was very blunt in his post, saying he is going to die and that advanced pancreatic is, quote, nasty stuff. He was born in Plainview and received degrees from Harvard and Yale before being elected to the Senate in 2014, where he served in 5 Congresses. In his statement, he added, quote, I'm not going down without a fight. One subpart of God's grace is found in the jaw-dropping advances science has made in the past few years in immunotherapy and more. Death and dying aren't the same. The process of dying is still something to be lived. And Senator Pete Ricketts, who replaced Sasse in Washington, saying in part, quote, Ben's friendship is a blessing, and I'm grateful for all he has done for our country. Suzanne and I are praying for Ben, Melissa, and the rest of the Sasse family as they navigate this terrible disease. In other news, a Juniata man accused of sexually assaulting a pregnant woman will go to trial next year. 29-year-old Joshua Frederick is charged with first-degree sexual assault of a pregnant woman, among other charges. According to court records, in May, Frederick took a pregnant woman's phone, car keys, and locked her in a room with him and sexually assaulted her. He also allegedly recorded the whole thing. He has pled not guilty, and he's going to trial in March. Now to the lighter side in sports news, a Lincoln native and former Husker is going to the Pro Bowl. Luke Gifford has been selected for the annual All-Star event after being one of the top special teams defenders across the league. Gifford is a Lincoln Southeast grad who played for the Huskers from 2014 to 2018. He's earned his spot as a special teams player, currently tied with the fourth most tackles on special teams across the NFL. Gifford signed with the 49ers this offseason, playing in all 15 games. And he'll be teaming up with Beatrice native Cam Jurgens. Eagle Center is a Pro Bowler for the second straight year. This will be a soggy Christmas for many in the Golden State. California has been pounded with severe storms for the past few days, and today is no different. After getting hit with an intense weekend storm claiming at least one life, the Weather Prediction Center says a level 4 of 4 high risk of flooding rain is in place for Southern California, including the Los Angeles area. Governor Gavin Newsom mobilized state resources ahead of the storm, and Los Angeles County, issued evacuation orders and warnings for areas in and around land that's weakened due to recent wildfires. Officials say today and tomorrow parts of Southern California could get at least a month's worth of rain. Well, the time now is 6:06, and coming up on 10:11 this morning, Becky Keller from the Lincoln Police Department joins us for another week of Crime Stoppers. Here's a live look outside from Sun Valley Boulevard and West O Street. Again, the road's looking clear right now, but Carmelo, fog is in the air this morning.
It absolutely is, Craig. We'll see those foggy conditions expand in the city of Lincoln as we head into the next hour or so. We're already dropping down in many locations. We'll take a look at visibility in just a moment, but it is 44 here at the studio as well as at the airport. Feel like temperature is also at 44 degrees. Visibility is at 9 miles in the capital city, but we're down to a quarter of a mile in Grand Island, Hastings, and York, half a mile in Hebron, and 1 mile right now in Beatrice. That fog continues to expand from Kansas and moves into southern and southeastern Nebraska. Dense fog advisory in effect until noon today. Visibility less than a quarter of a mile, certainly possible. And temperature-wise, we are in the 30s and 40s. Very warm for this time of year in southeastern Nebraska. And we see those temperatures into the 20s and 30s off to the west. We should be warming very slowly today, but into the mid to upper 40s as we head closer to the noon hour. More forecast details coming up right after this.